Good morning, and thank you all for joining me on this beautiful, momentous, stormy, but there is a blue sky somewhere day. As many of you know, I have been working on this legislation for 3 years since the first year I came into the California State Legislature. And honestly, I never imagined that there would be so many hurdles for such a logical, common sense solution to a really important problem. And I'll never forget, I was presenting this bill in the Senate Natural Resources Committee, and one of the Republican members of the committee said, who could be opposed to a Blue Whales, Blue Skies bill? And he voted for the bill. We got it out of the committee, but we had a different hurdle that year. But we're here to be proud and grateful for the amazing success that we have finally achieved with all the work of these incredible people behind me who have been diligently pursuing this success. And it really is a reminder that even in the very divisive political moment that we have today, that there are still ideas that can bring us together. And I'm proud to celebrate the signing of AB 14, the California Protecting Blue Whales and Blue Skies program. This new law marks a major milestone in California's effort to protect endangered whales and reduce harmful air pollution along our coast. The idea is simple but very powerful. Slowing down ocean-going ships reduces the risk of deadly whale strikes and cuts emissions that pollute our air. The effort began right here in Santa Barbara, where a voluntary program of vessel speed reduction has already shown what's possible. Since its inception, the program has reduced whale strikes by roughly 50% and prevented more than 3,000 tons of smog-forming emissions from entering our air. AB 14 builds on that success, elevating the program statewide and providing shipping companies with official recognition from the state of California and Governor Newsom for their leadership in conservation. This achievement reflects the best of California, a partnership among the private sector, government nonprofits, and community advocates working together toward a common goal. We are proving that economic activity and environmental protection go hand in hand and are not at odds. It couldn't have come at a better time. While the Santa Barbara Channel now has been designated a global whale heritage area, providing international recognition for our channel and the marine life that sustains us here, all of the eyes of the world are on us. AB 14 ensures that we're living up to that responsibility, protecting these incredible animals and the communities that depend on clean air and a healthy coast. I'm grateful to Governor Newsom for signing AB 14 into law, to my colleagues in the legislature for their support, and to the many partners who made this possible. I want to thank Luke Swetland and the entire team from the Museum of Natural History for welcoming us here to the Sea Center. We couldn't possibly have a better venue. I could reach out and touch the barnacles on our friend right here. And I want to start off by introducing some of our guests. Our first speaker today is Erin Arlen Janae. Erin is the Executive Director of the Santa Barbara County Air Pollution Control District. Erin and her team were co-sponsors of AB 14, and their leadership has been critical in advancing ocean protection, clean air initiatives, and protecting our coast. Erin?
Thank you, Assemblymember Hart. I'm honored to be here today to celebrate the passage of AB 14. When Assemblymember Hart served on our board of directors, he was a strong advocate for the Protecting Blue Whales, Blue Skies program. With that foundation, he has shown remarkable persistence in bringing this bill to fruition. We're proud to see the state recognize the effectiveness of this collaborative program and support its expansion along the California coast. Thank you, Assemblymember Hart, for your leadership and vision. Each year, thousands of ocean-going vessels travel through the Santa Barbara Channel and along our 100 miles coastline. Emissions from these ships blow onshore and impact local communities. The vessel emissions are outside of the Air District's regulatory authority and account for approximately 1/2 of our region's ozone-forming pollution, in addition to toxic particles. While our county has made significant progress in reducing smog, we still have work to do. In 2014, 11 years ago, Santa Barbara County APCD and a group of local stakeholders, many who are here today, launched a pilot project to promote cleaner air, safer wells, and quieter oceans. Through this partnership and voluntary participation of shipping companies, we've achieved remarkable benefits for both air quality and endangered wells. Since its inception, the Protecting Blue Whales Blue Sky program has expanded to include shipping routes from Santa Barbara County to Ventura County to the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach, and now the Bay Area. Participation has steadily grown. In 2018, only 36% of the vessels slowed to 10 knots or less. In 2024, last year, we reached our highest performing season yet with an 85% participation, and this is all voluntary. Over the past decade, this program has achieved more than 1.6 nautical miles of reduced speed travel, over 5,900 tons of smog-forming pollution, which is equivalent to removing 4.7 million cars off the road in 1 year. It also has reduced 200,000 metric tons of greenhouse gas emissions. We applaud the shipping companies for their voluntary commitment to cleaner air and ocean stewardship. AB 14 extends these benefits statewide, bringing cleaner air to more people who live in coastal communities and protecting marine life along the entire coast of California. Santa Barbara County APCD is proud to continue supporting this innovative program and looks forward to celebrating its expansion. Thank you.
Before I introduce Alan Abbs, I want to recognize Jordy Scully, who is here with Senator Monique Lamone's office. Senator Lamone was a crucial partner in getting this legislation passed. She is an amazing ally on every bill that we work on together. I'm always confident that she's going to do a fantastic job in bringing things home in the Senate side. And so couldn't possibly have a better partner in Senator Lamone, who's now going to be the pro tem of the California State Senate, first time in history that a Latina has held this really important role, and it is a tremendous honor to the entire community of Santa Barbara that Senator Lamone represents us and does such a fantastic job in Sacramento as a partner. Next, I want to introduce Alan Abbs, who's the legislative officer for the Bay Area Air Quality Management District and another co-sponsor of AB 14. Alan has been with us since the very beginning and has deep expertise in air quality policy and advocacy, and has been a strong voice in support of this legislation. Alan?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alan Abbs, the legislative officer with the Bay Area Air Quality Management District. So I've been working on AB 14 since its inception 3 years ago when we started out. And I think first and foremost, I want to give a lot of credit to Assemblymember Hart for really sticking with this bill. Because I can remember last year when for the second year the bill didn't get to a final vote, I thought to myself, are we really going to do this again? And Assemblymember Hart and his staff called me up not too long after the session ended and said, we're absolutely going to do this bill again. And then they introduced the bill on the first day that the bill was eligible to be introduced. And so it was a pleasure working on his behalf for the last 3 years of this bill. And the reason it was such a pleasure is because a bill like this really showed the ability of local, state, and federal partners and local communities to work together and to accomplish something that's really hard. And so, as Aaron mentioned, 11 years ago, the Santa Barbara Air District and the Ventura Air District started this program based on an idea that they could convince local shippers to slow down and get benefits for clean air and for marine mammal protection. And it was a hard road, but we went from 30% volunteering up to now 80+%. And somewhere along the line, the Bay Area Air District joined into the program. We saw the benefits that it had in the Bay Area to expand that program into our area. And I think it really shows that in today's environment, where it's not always a given that local, state, and federal officials and community groups can work together, that we have a program like this that over the past 10+ years has really shown that not only can we do it, but we can do it better than some of the programs on the East Coast where it's actually mandatory for ships to slow down. And so once again, I'd like to thank Erin, her staff at the Air District for making this happen, the Ventura County Air District for making this happen, and Assemblymember Hart for sticking with it for the 3 years that it took to get this bill passed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alan. Also want to recognize two other Air District representatives. We have folks from the Monterey Bay Air Quality Management District and the Ventura County Air Quality District, too. So thank you. We've got the entire Central Coast represented here today. Next, I'm also honored to introduce Linda Kropp, who needs no introduction locally. She's the Chief Counsel for the Environmental Defense Center and has been a tireless advocate for protecting our marine environment for decades. Linda and I have been together at events, I think 5 of the last 6 days, which shows a really close partnership and a great working collaboration. Linda?
Thank you very much. I'm Linda Kropp, Chief Counsel of the Environmental Defense Center, a local nonprofit public interest environmental law firm. And on behalf of the Environmental Defense Center, I would like to thank Assemblymember Hart for once again demonstrating leadership and protecting the California coast through his authorship of AB 14. The Environmental Defense Center first became involved in this issue back in 2007 when 5 blue whales were killed as a result of ship strikes in the Santa Barbara Channel. This region is so important to the survival of blue whales, which are the largest animal ever to live on the planet, endangered. Fortunately, because of the conditions here on the California coast and the Santa Barbara Channel, they are actually increasing their numbers here, and we usually have the largest number of blue whales seasonally every summer. So get out whale watching and see these amazing creatures. But we also have increasing levels of cargo shipping, and the conflict became incredibly significant back in 2007 and remains a threat to this day. And so through the leadership of the Channel Islands National Marine Sanctuary and its advisory council, we formed a working group to figure out how to protect whales from shipping. And one of the strategies that we learned would be very effective is to get the ships to slow down. And so AB 14 builds on the pilot project that Aaron and Assemblymember Hart mentioned that started in 2014 and has been incredibly successful in both protecting air quality, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and protecting blue whales as well as other wildlife in the channel. Building on this success, AB 14 will expand the Protecting Blue Whales and Blue Skies program along the California coast, providing the same benefits statewide. And once again, our community is a leader, spreading this program statewide and hopefully next nationally. So thank you again to Assemblymember Hart for his leadership.
And next we have Stacy Leiden, who's the Director of Organizational Advancement for the California Marine Sanctuary Foundation. Stacy's been a trusted source of knowledge in the Santa Barbara Channel and the importance of protecting its diverse marine life. Stacy?
The California Marine Sanctuary Foundation has worked since 1995 to protect California's coastal ecosystems while strengthening resilience in the face of climate change, urbanization, and resource extraction. For 3 decades, CMSF has championed science-based solutions to protect ecosystems and strengthen community resilience from coastal mountains to the sea. We administer programs like the Protecting Blue Whales and Blue Skies program and work collaboratively with government agencies, tribal communities, research partners, NGOs, ports, industry members, and other stakeholders to implement practical solutions that reduce human impacts and foster responsible stewardship of our state's marine resources. As the administrator of the Blue Whales Blue Skies program, CMSF is proud to work alongside the program's coalition of partners, many of whom are here today, to ensure the program effectively reduces vessel speeds in critical areas to minimize air pollution for coastal communities, protect endangered whales from risk of fatal ship strikes, and lessen harmful underwater noise impacts. Since its inception over a decade ago, Blue Whales and Blue Skies has resulted in more than 1.8 million slow speed miles. Last year alone, the program contributed to a 38% reduction in underwater radiated noise and a 50% reduction in ship strike risk to our region's whales by participating vessels. The environmental benefits brought by Blue Whales, Blue Skies have grown every year. And last year's program had 49 of the world's largest shipping lines participating, as well as company ambassadors that work with participating shipping lines and commit to promote responsible shipping. With growing ocean industrialization and its impacts on coastal communities and marine habitat, we are proud to work in a state that helps grow innovative programs that cost-effectively bring meaningful environmental benefits and collaboratively work with industry to accelerate the adoption of solutions and further transparency and public awareness. We're grateful to Assemblymember Hart for his leadership and vision and dedication to getting this passed, to all of our collaborative partners, including the shipping industry and retail shippers who are choosing to ship more sustainably, and to all of our friends in this room here for getting us across the finish line. Thank you.
One of the really important parts of this program are the corporate shipping customers of the shipping industry and their role that they have to play in being ambassadors for this program. And one of our local corporations that's been incredibly successful and has been a great corporate citizen locally is Sonos. And their Director of Corporate Responsibility, Deji Alukatan, is here to talk about the role that Sonos plays in being an ambassador for the program and making sure that local customers have a voice in how their products are shipped around the world.
Good morning. I feel like I'm amongst friends here. You all are people who care, and we've had a lot of rough news. This feels really good to be here and to celebrate with you this morning. My name is Deji Alukatan, and I lead corporate social responsibility at Sonos. In my role, I have the privilege of leading our sustainability program and our philanthropic support for our community. Today, I'll share a little bit about both and hopefully give you some more good news. For those of you who don't know, Sonos was founded right here in Santa Barbara. We are a sound experience company that makes consumer electronics. We make home theater products, portable speakers, and headphones. Our products are in over 16 million homes around the world. We strive to be a responsible company. That's why we've been designing sustainability into our products, including post-consumer recycled plastics and FSC paper in our packaging. We also set ambitious goals to reduce our carbon footprint. Our offices worldwide have been carbon neutral for the past 8 years in a row. We're members of 1% for the Planet for our certified refurbished products. This means we give 1% of our revenue to environmental nonprofits. For the past few years, we've supported nonprofits that use AI and acoustic research to promote biodiversity. We call this our Regenerative Sound Program. When an organization like Protecting Blue Whales and Blue Skies shows up and says, hey, we have a program that cuts the risk of fatal whale strikes, reduces carbon emissions, and lowers underwater noise, you sign up. It's a no-brainer. The program works, and we're proud to be ambassadors. Like I said, Sonos cares about sound, and this is why I'm sharing some more good news today. We're excited to announce that we're donating $100,000 to the California Marine Sanctuary Foundation to help create the world's first underwater sound sanctuaries. This new program will begin by gathering the world's leading experts on underwater radiated noise. We know that underwater radiated noise can severely impact marine life, and slowing down ships is just one of many practical solutions to reduce it. We imagine a thriving underwater world teeming with biodiversity and a healthy acoustic marine environment. Our hope is that within the next 3 years, we'll recognize the first underwater sound sanctuary, and it might even be right here in Santa Barbara. On Sunday, I went with my family to Anacapa Island. And if you're wondering what that looks like, there's actually a photo right there. It's an amazing, breathtaking view. We went with Island Packers, which is a really excellent outfitter. And on the way back, we spotted a container ship moving at 10 knots, and I pointed that out to my son. and then we stopped and saw a family of humpback whales. It was really an extraordinary trip. I also received a text message from Assemblymember Hart's office, but I decided not to open it because it had been such a good day, and I didn't want to spoil if we had bad news. So I was so happy when I got back on land in the afternoon and checked my message, and AB 14 had been passed. On behalf of Sonos, thank you to Assemblymember Hart, the Protecting Blue Whales and Blue Skies program, and everyone who made this day happen.
Well, thank you to Sonos for being such an amazing sponsor and a generous partner in all this work together. Finally, I'd like to introduce Rachel Rhodes from the UCSB Benioff Ocean Science Laboratory. Rachel's a real scientist. She's not a political scientist. And she has been working diligently on issues related to health, whales' health, and ocean environment. And her work has been instrumental in guiding evidence-based solutions like Whale Safe. Rachel?
Well, good morning. I'm honored to celebrate the passage of AB 14 and the statewide expansion of the Protecting Blue Whales, Blue Skies program. The Benioff Ocean Science Laboratory was founded at UCSB in 2016 with the mission to leverage science, technology, and collaboration to develop replicable solutions to solve the world's most pressing ocean problems. Our first project tackled a crisis happening right here in our backyard, endangered whales being killed by ship strikes in the Santa Barbara Channel. In 2020, we launched Whale Safe, a tool that alerts mariners of whale presence using underwater microphones that automatically detect whale calls, ocean models that predict where whales are likely to be, and reports of whale sightings coming directly from trusted naturalists and whale watch crews out on the water. Our lab also monitors ship operators' cooperation with the voluntary speed requests along the California coast and makes this information accessible to the public. As proud partners of the Protecting Blue Whales, Blue Skies program, we use these same shipping analytics to provide enrolled companies with detailed fleet-level performance reports, enabling us to work directly with major shipping lines to improve their cooperation throughout each season. The remarkable level of voluntary cooperation from the shipping lines that we've seen thus far is a testament to the strength of the Blue Whales, Blue Skies program. Since its launch, it has significantly reduced ship strike risk and underwater noise, while cutting air pollution and greenhouse gas emissions in our coastal communities. This couldn't happen without the industry's leadership in prioritizing whale protection amid complex logistical demands. We know that no ship captain wants to hit a whale, and this willingness from large shipping lines to adapt operations gives me hope for a future where ships and whales can coexist. I want to express my deep gratitude to Assemblymember Hart and his team for their leadership in championing this bill. Today's passage of AB 14, or today's celebration of the passage of AB 14, represents a tremendous leap forward for whale conservation in California. Expanding this program statewide means more whales protected, cleaner air for coastal communities, and a model that can inspire similar efforts elsewhere, potentially worldwide. This gives me a lot of hope of what's possible when science, policy, and industry work together towards a common goal. Thank you.
Well, I'm just reminded by the fact that all of these amazing experts are with us today to show that by working together, we can accomplish really big things. And California has very ambitious climate goals, very ambitious environmental goals across the board. And in spite of what's happening at the federal government level, the irony is not lost on me that we're today celebrating great progress in protecting whales and our ocean environment at the same time that there's a government shutdown and our federal government partners in the National Oceanographic Atmospheric Administration are being laid off and furloughed and not able to maintain their presence here in our community. We're going to continue to persist. We're not going to be deterred by what's happening in Washington. We're focused on our mission and expanding all the work that we're doing as Californians together to accomplish the goals that our community shares, which is protecting the marine environment, protecting the whales that are living in our channel, and providing a quality environment particularly with the work that UCSB has done recently to recognize the connection between the terrestrial environment and the marine environment and how important that is to our kelp beds and the entire marine ecosystem that the whales depend on in our channel. We have an important role in making sure that the work and the construction and the projects that happen on land do not impact our marine environment. It's a big job. It has many facets. This is one part of all that. But I know that working together, we can accomplish really big things. And I'm very proud of the work that we've all done together to accomplish the signing of AB 14. I want to thank Governor Newsom again for his support of this measure and invite him to come down to be part of the next celebration of the companies that are doing the right thing. With that, all of us are available to answer any questions. If there are members of the press that want to ask anything, please go right ahead. Nope, no questions? All right, thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate it. Everybody.